Hey, so the other day I came across some data that honestly blew my mind. Out of 130 countries surveyed around the world, the country where the most children under 18 live with just one parent, it's not a war-torn nation, it's not a developing country struggling with poverty, it's the United States. Yeah, the U.S. Take a guess at the number. About 23% of American children live with a single parent. Meanwhile, the global average? Just 7%. That means America is more than 3 times the world average. Let me put this in perspective for you. In China, only 3% of kids live with one parent. India, 5%. Nigeria, 4%. Japan, Vietnam, Turkey, all in single digits. So here we have the world's biggest superpower, the country with Hollywood, Silicon Valley, the strongest economy on Earth, and yet, when it comes to keeping families together, it's at the bottom of the list. So today, let's just sit back and have a casual chat about what's really going on behind these numbers. Let me throw some more numbers at you just to paint the picture. From 1960 to 2023, the percentage of American children living with a single parent nearly tripled, from 9% up to 25%. And of those single-parent households, more than 80% are headed by a mother alone. Where did the dads go? Well, nobody really knows. Some divorced, some were never married in the first place, some just walked away. Here's another stat that's kind of wild. In America, about 40% of all babies born each year are born to unmarried mothers. And if you break it down by race, the gaps are huge. Among black children, 49% live with a single parent. For Hispanic kids, 28%. For white children, 21%. The second-place country in the world? The United Kingdom, at 21%. Then Russia, São Tomé and Príncipe, Denmark, but they're all still well below the U.S. So the question is, what is going on in this country? Why has the structure of the family changed so dramatically? Have you heard the word individualism? It's the idea that I come first. Personal happiness, personal dreams, personal success, they trump everything else. America? It's the most individualistic country in the world. Cross-cultural researchers have measured this, and the U.S. consistently ranks at or near the top. Now think about what this means. In a culture like this, if one day you're married and you start feeling, I'm not happy, or he doesn't get me, or I deserve better, the answer that American society gives you is, then leave. It's your life, your choice. Compare that to more collectivist cultures, where family, relatives, religion, and community all weigh in on decisions. There'd be someone saying, be patient, the kids are young. Think about your parents. Don't give up so quickly. In America, those voices are much quieter. Sociologists also point out something interesting. Individualistic cultures place enormous expectations on a romantic partner. Your spouse is supposed to be your best friend, your lover, your therapist, your business partner, your soulmate, everything. And when expectations are that high, disappointment is almost guaranteed. Here's something a lot of people don't know. In 1969, the state of California, under then-Governor Ronald Reagan, passed the Family Law Act, the country's first no-fault divorce law. Before this, to get divorced, you had to prove that the other person did something wrong. Adultery, abuse, abandonment, something concrete. But this new law said, you don't need to prove anything. If you say the marriage is over, it's over. After California, other states followed, one by one, until 2010, when New York became the last state to adopt no-fault divorce. The result? Divorce became cheaper, faster, easier than ever before. Couples who in earlier generations might have stuck it out now had an exit door. Now, this isn't a black and white thing. For many couples, especially those in abusive marriages, easier divorce was a lifesaver. Studies have actually shown a drop in domestic violence and female suicide in states after no-fault divorce passed. But the side effect was clear. Divorce rates skyrocketed, and family breakdown statistics went up with them. Fun fact, Ronald Reagan later told his son Michael that signing that bill was one of the biggest mistakes of his political career. This next factor doesn't get talked about enough, but it matters a lot. America has massive income inequality. The social safety net is much weaker than in Europe. Healthcare is insanely expensive. College costs a fortune. Childcare can eat up an entire paycheck. All of this makes marriage harder, especially for the working class and lower middle class. When a man doesn't have a stable job or steady income, women are often hesitant to marry him, but they might still have a kid with him. And when the relationship doesn't last, mom ends up raising the child alone. The numbers back this up. In 2018, the poverty rate for single-mother families was 34%, nearly 5 times the rate of married couple families, which was just 6%. And this creates a vicious cycle. Poor parents leads to kids grow up in single-parent homes, leads to those kids get less education, leads to they earn less as adults, leads to they struggle to marry, they have kids when they're not ready, and the cycle repeats. One sociologist put it this way: in modern America, marriage has become a luxury good, something the educated and well-off can afford. For everyone else, it's just living together or raising kids alone. Here's another big difference. In the US, only about 8% of children live with extended family members: grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. The global average? 38%. In many parts of the world, multiple generations under one roof is just normal. It's how things work. But in America, the moment you turn 18, you're expected to leave. Go to college, get a job, build your own life. Mom and dad are left in an empty house, and eventually, maybe in a nursing home. So when young couples have kids of their own, there's no grandma to help with childcare, no aunt next door, no cousin to babysit. It's just 2 exhausted adults trying to make it work, often while both holding down full-time jobs. That stress builds. The fights start. And eventually, a lot of marriages don't survive it. The support system around the American family is incredibly thin, and when stress hits, there's nothing to catch the fall. Now, in our era, there are new factors piling on. Dating apps, social media, remote work, the whole digital lifestyle. Social media especially is a big one. People scroll through their feeds and see everyone else's relationships looking perfect. Romantic getaways, beautiful homes, cute couples, and suddenly your own marriage feels boring, disappointing. The grass is always greener on someone else's Instagram. Constant comparison erodes satisfaction. There's actual research showing this. And then there's a newer cultural trend: single by choice. Women, and some men, choosing to stay single, or to have kids on their own, without a partner in the picture. Modern American women have education, careers, financial independence. Some are choosing IVF. Some use sperm donors. Some adopt. They're building families on their own terms, and they don't need or want a traditional spouse to do it. It's a profound cultural shift, and it's one more reason why the share of single-parent households in America keeps climbing. So, why does America have the world's highest rate of broken families? The answer isn't one thing. It's a tangle of forces working together. It's a deeply individualistic culture. It's laws that made divorce easy. It's an economy that crushes the working class. It's the disappearance of extended families. And it's a modern era reshaping what relationships even mean. But here's what I find most interesting. This isn't really a story about America being bad or broken. It's a story about what happens when freedom, individualism, and economic pressure collide with the institution of marriage. And the same forces are spreading worldwide. Marriage rates are falling almost everywhere. Divorce rates are rising. More people are choosing to stay single or to raise kids alone. So the real question isn't just what happened to America, it's what kind of families do we want in the future? Do we want maximum personal freedom, even if it means 1 in 4 kids grows up with just one parent? Or do we hold on to something more traditional, even if it limits individual choice? Or maybe there's a third path we haven't figured out yet. Something to think about. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Catch you next time.